Hey, happy Sunday. I'm standing under the shade of the Hall of Records, County of Los Angeles. We're going to wiggle up to the Disney Concert Hall and walk from downtown. What's we got going? I just heard my little ding. Oh, not sure what that ding was for. Anyway, we're going to walk down from downtown to Echo Park Lake. There we go. Got a little balance. Hold on. I think we did it. All right. Not getting the perfect balance is kind of detrimental to the overall operation of the motor and battery life. I'm going to take a left up here. We're going to walk through the Gloria Molina Park, but I'm going to cross the street before I go left because it's shadier over there. It's about 82 degrees here. Hey, walking in the Netherlands, you are up really, really late. Or early. So I thought this walk would be an interesting walk because for a couple reasons. We've walked down here all the time, so we're kind of familiar with the area. We recently walked out of downtown through MacArthur Park. I thought this sort of back entrance, ungentrified, a little more ungentrified way would be kind of interesting. Plus, for the upcoming live stream of when we do LA Noir, like you can actually get to Hollywood on that route from the fictitious downtown LA. Well, actually real downtown LA from 1940s. It's pretty cool. How is your Sunday so far? We are definitely on a little bit later. I'm not sure what it was, but maybe being in the sun or the beach sun without sunscreen yesterday. I didn't really get a sunburn, but I don't know, it just made me really tired. We did nothing last night after we got home. Hey, Casepi, happy Sunday. Just balancing out there. So, oh, kitties in the park. We didn't really do anything last night. I kind of fell asleep on the couch. I feel like we watched something though. Hey, Carriopolis, happy Sunday. Sounds like there are peacocks here. Actually, or kitties. Happy Monday. Not to be mistaken for the Happy Mondays. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better. Hope it's nothing serious for sure. If I were just a little weirder or creepier of a person, I would literally run through this water thing. I feel like when I lived in Boston, there was something in front of the Scientology Center, not Scientology Center. That was like this. And then for a while in that Hollywood Mall. Oh, I'm really sorry. Well, let's talk. Let's stay. Feel good. So lots of fun water features. But that giant fountain up there is never on. Kind of looks like a UFO. I would like to climb it and stand in the middle of it, actually, especially if it were on. But actually, you can't go into these pools. They're closed for repair. The music center is up ahead in the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion. And we've walked through here many times, probably not when it was this hot, but it's okay. It's only 82 degrees. Hell, JK. Or hello. So the way we're gonna go is probably a way I wouldn't normally walk home. But for some reason, I guess when I have to drop Joe off at band camp, band practice, to rehearse. I've driven kind of through part of this neighborhood, which is, a little bit below Echo Park. Not a very well spoken about neighborhood. I don't think I've ever heard of it too many times. But I figured we could see the Disney. Concert hall for a sec. But Victor Heights, yeah. I almost said Victorville. That's where like Chinese, Italian, and Mexican immigrants all came together. I think, please don't correct me. Well, actually, you can correct me. I think it was called the Cornfield Barrio. We're gonna kind of walk through what's left of that. And there's still parts of Los Angeles that haven't become this. And then I also wanted to take a little walk through the tunnel and see if we could make it all the way live streaming. So here's Disney Concert Hall. We should definitely cross and walk in its shadow and curves. I don't know how popular this is or was. I do know that the reflection off of it was so much that they had to do something to the roof, like add a mesh so it wouldn't reflect into the condos behind it. It's definitely a crazy, impressive Barcelona quality building. You've seen it on The Simpsons. Oh, we can walk. Can we? No. But we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna let this guy go legally because I wasn't supposed to walk. Sorry for talking to myself. There is a really awesome garden up there that's open to the public. The Blue Ribbon Garden. Thanks. This is a really easy area to make look good because it's kind of so modern and clean, perhaps. Like it's just one curve running into a shop building and then Bank of America Tower, which always makes me really feel sorry about Bunker Hill. So we're gonna go on 2nd Street, which is right here. I'm gonna cross the street first because, again, shade. We're gonna try to walk through the tunnel. Bear with, I walk really fast. It may take me all of 2 minutes to walk through the tunnel. If we pick up or skip, it'll go away. So against all logic, I'm gonna run across the street anyway because I want to go down this hill to get to the tunnel. It is pretty quiet down here today. I gotta say, if you're not in the sun, the temperature is almost perfect. Maybe 2 degrees too hot, it's like 82 or something. So this is probably, actually, I might take that back. This is probably one of the last places I'd want to walk if there were ever an earth shake. But I drove through it. I drive through it all the time. I recently walked through both of these tunnels, and I think the entire time I wanted to live here, I've wanted to do that. I don't know why. Just maybe Freudian. I'm not sure. Anyway, no, it's not really very busy. It is the end of the 4th of July weekend, so I think that maybe with the exception of the beach and like locals, people that were like crowding up the city are out of town now, are heading back home. We were going to go to Huntington Beach today. However, they kept saying, don't drive on Sunday. Traffic's going to be terrible. So I went yesterday. Traffic wasn't so bad. The beach was slamming, crowded, crazy, crazy crowded. I love this street for some reason. Olive Street. It's always shady. I would walk down it almost if we had to go in that direction. There's something about this view right here, which I may have pointed out before, that seemed kind of familiar from like old sort of hill view that shows up in old Bunker Hill photos. So technically not a sidewalk, but I'm gonna do it anyway. The tunnel is right there. So again, 100 and something years old, 120 years old tunnel in earthquake country, but still standing. The only way I'm not going to walk through it is if somebody, for some reason, is living in there, because nobody wants to be filmed like that. Hey, welcome, OSG. Hope I said that right. What really kind of inspired me to walk down here is there were also tunnels when I was living in Boston that you really didn't walk through, but I always wanted to walk through. And then I saw like Bunker Hill people in the 50s or 30s walking through these tunnels like it was no big thing, but the tunnels were a little bit cleaner. This tunnel was in Blade Runner. So when it's clean, it's got like that modern white subway tunnel vibe. So we want to walk on the other side, though. It's the hat that says I'm an artist. All right. So here we go. Happy Sunday. We're going to take the tunnel. I was driving home the other day, and I was taking this tunnel. I was like, wait, was I taking this tunnel? And I noticed a piece of graffiti on the tunnel that we see all the time, but it was a little different. So I kind of wanted to get a picture of it for some reason. The tunnels I'm in now are in downtown, but we're walking Echo Park through the tunnel. We've got like maybe a 2.5, 3 miles round trip. I did plan it out in the least straightforward way, meaning like I planned it out so that we could see more interesting things. So this wouldn't be the fastest route there. I think even beyond this, there are tons of prohibition tunnels in Los Angeles. Like tons of them. I think I did a video on them a while ago. I didn't actually go into the tunnels. I'm not there yet. Happy Sunday, Cecilia. Well, I feel really kind of bad because there's a person on the other side, but this is some good work. Happy Sunday. Sorry if I missed anybody. Right? It's like a museum. All right, here's the big reveal. So we see hopes everywhere. I always wondered if it was like a tag, a prayer, a message. It's the first time I've ever seen it as part of a complete sentence. I think it's a pretty excellent message for us right now. All right. I want to get invited to some of those other. It really does look fake. It's a little dirtier here because I gave it a nice filter. I'm kidding, there's no filter on it. Thank you. I could really not find anything on them. I looked it up and I would like to do something on it actually because I love seeing it. I really do. It's a great word. It's a great feeling. And I just hope, that's not really intended, but I really do hope that people get that from it. Sorry for proselytizing on this Sunday. Woo! And I love this too. I will look up. I will dig further, for sure. I've only noticed it in Los Angeles maybe in the past 1 or 2 years. But I usually point them out whenever we're on these walks. That's right, full collapse. Additionally, LA, in the 80s commissioned, or late 70s, 80s, and then during the Olympics, they commissioned all these people to paint murals, and it was like the mural capital of the country. And so I feel like this art form belongs here. I mean, it's not always awesome when it's, on somebody's hardware store window. I'm not talking about Home Depot. I would never go in that door, or maybe I would. Or a church, it's not good, but it's totally appropriate. Our tax dollars pay for this tunnel. I think everybody loves driving through it and honking their horn. I'm surprised we haven't heard that yet. So the reason why I've never live streamed in these tunnels is because I always thought I would lose my connection, and I didn't. Alright, so we're gonna cross second. These are the Promenade Towers apartments. They're very future 70s looking to me. There's this entire neighborhood. These buildings, everything was not here 30 or 40 years ago. If I look down, we've walked down this street before. Many times. Figueroa Street. Right. I just skipped over the commissioned part. But really, like, LA created graffiti. I don't want to be super... Like, LA is the best, but LA really, or Los Angeles and Hollywood, California, really did change a lot of the culture, for better or worse. I honestly, BD, I didn't really think, I thought I would be like not skipping out, but stuttering halfway through that tunnel. So I'm going to take a right on Beaudry over here. New York City also has excellent graffiti. I love New York also. There was a time when I hated Los Angeles on New York's behalf, and a time when I hated New York on Boston's behalf, and now I love them all. New York also really shaped the 20th century for better or worse as well. So I'm going to go through here quick. If anybody's hanging out under the underpass, I don't want them to think I'm a creepy creeper. So growing up on the East Coast, sorry, that's my Irish accent. Growing up on the East Coast, like Boston and New York graffiti were way more prevalent in my lifetime. I just seem to feel like it's more Beaudry. I feel like it's more prevalent here though. And we have also some really shitty graffiti too. So we are at the edge of downtown, 2nd and Beaudry. I would love to see that picture. I have a picture on my phone. I do love it though, where a lady is painting "I love New York" over a LA poster, or vice versa. No, she's painting over, I can't remember. East coast of Ireland. East coast of Irish Boston. I'm not an Irish Bostonian though. So not all of this walk is going to be glitzy and glamorous, but some of it is just going to be kind of cool and run down, maybe a little industrial. So So this is a quaint little area. We are actually on the edge of its gentrification. But the views walking away from here of Los Angeles are kind of awesome. And so get your cameras out. Hello, focus. I really would love an iced coffee from 7-Eleven. That would be my dream goal today. While I'm waiting here at this lovely, lovely corner, I want to take a second to thank my members. Members, thank you. Look at that. It's big enough to read on your jitterbug phone. Uh-oh. All right, now I'm going to cross the street. Joe, I don't know what that thing means. That looks like a melted jujube or whatever that is. This almost feels like the entrance to Chinatown as well. I hope you do too. There's a members link down below, I think. The 7-Eleven iced coffee, not the fancy one with like the gas in it, like isn't this the coolest walk you guys have ever taken? This is the Canvas LA apartment homes. But no, that's kind of cool, the view behind us. It's gonna have its moments. This is the time for talking. Oh. It just looks like a melting jujube, a red juji fruit. Jujube? Oh. Because in the 1930s, that's what the candies looked like. The members wall fluctuates. I did love things like those jujubes. What was that brand of candy? HEIDE. They made a lot of candies. I think some of them got canceled. You know, one day I'm gonna do this walk in pumps. I'm joking. If it was for a cause that I could raise money, I would try to like do a pump walk. Wow, that sounds gross. A walk in pumps. Pump walk. So I'm by myself and laughing at my own jokes. Simply Sonora, I miss you there. Hello. If I missed anybody, sorry, it's sunny. My forehead's starting to sweat. So I will tell you, when I say I drive this way, actually, I've never driven where we are right now. I have no idea. I mean, I know where I am, but I have never walked this way. So once we make it through this underpass, if we look to the right, we're back downtown, which is still behind us, and Chinatown. I heard that pumps really work your calf muscle. And I don't think I suffer from small calves. I kind of feel like as you get older, you should build your muscles up because they'll fill your sagging skin. It's just my thought. Sorry, we can change subject. Tecate! Happy Sunday. All right, we're gonna turn onto Court Street whenever we get to that. I think we've got a little more ways to go. So maybe I should have used, when I was on Google Maps doing this, I maybe should have clicked on the tiny picture, because I guarantee we could have walked over a more interesting street than this. With some trees. You can say anything in the chat that's supportive of human beings and people of all walks of life and religion. We're just really super try to be as uplifting as we can to our fellow men. And that is a worthwhile endeavor, I say. My mother, when I was a kid, used to work for a women's crisis center. Just a hotline. And not as her job, but a volunteer. So we are gonna cross the street and be in Angelino Heights. Angelino Heights is where all of the old houses are. We got still a little bit of way to walk before we cross under the 101 freeway right here. Some shady respite. Some of my that was not a fun memory, but some of my funnest memories involved when my mother was volunteering for something. They ran a charity shop in this weird part of town that got torn down. This is in Manchester, some old mill building. And I got to sit in a store when I was a little kid, which was kind of fun for me. So Joseph had never gone to IHOP, but the day we got free pancakes, that was IHOP. So technically he's eaten IHOP before. So as we were driving out of Orange County, sometimes, I'm sure it happens to the best of us, you know, people get a low blood sugar and they get a little cranky. And I think I mention this all the time. I hate driving. I do love driving on the freeway when it's not crowded, but I mostly hate the freeway, so I take the city. Anyway, I'm a nervous driver, and I think I grate on Joseph. So if our stomach is full, I'm less of a jackass. So he definitely wanted to get something to eat before we drove home. We went to Denny's. Joseph had some awesome blueberry pancakes, and I had chicken and waffles. And that was all we ate yesterday. Went home, fell asleep on the couch, watched some crap. It was an ice cream free day. I feel like, I can't remember. I remember going to a Denny's when I was a teenager. It was like in Nashua, New Hampshire. We'd drive to Denny's, drink coffee for 3 hours, poor waitresses. Like take their table, order a plate of fries to share. I think we did tip well, though. I think, you know, have you ever just like had a beach day where you really didn't do much, but maybe lied under an umbrella because you certainly weren't tanning, but lied under an umbrella and you were just like tired. Like the sun kind of drains you. I did not get a sunburn yesterday despite not wearing sunscreen on my legs or arms. But I just felt like I had a day of like romping in the sun. But we did not go swimming. I think also, you know, the beach was really crowded. I don't dig being around that many people. Even though I was there having fun. I like for a beach day, like I want to be spread out. I don't want to be right next to the person or a person or any person for that matter. Like I want a good 10 feet, 15 feet. That's why I love that beach that I've been going to for years. It appeared like Brigadoon. When I was I was a lifeguard. Funnily enough, that guy smelled like a cigarette. Like a delicious cigarette. There's the city. Doesn't look as impressive in the camera. I'm gonna step in the shade. But yeah, I remember when I worked at a camp too, like for 4 years, and you get home at like 3 o'clock and I would just fall asleep watching TV till like 6. Nowadays, if I fall asleep for that long, I'm gone. It's a strict 30-minute nap is probably all I can take. So now we're on sunset. Cool. Here's the Paradise Motel. This has shown up in something. Surely. Maybe my Instagram. I love how easy to park the rooms are. It's giving me a real psycho vibe, right? Just park in front of your room and walk in. Hey, Derek, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Let me shout you out with some. These aren't 4th of July fireworks. They're just regular color splash fireworks. Thank you so much. I would turn on butterflies, but I don't know how to turn them off. Or sparkles. There's some hearts. Woo, thanks. Yeah, it feels awesome. Wow, look. Mike's Hard Lemonade. So now we're in Echo Park. We just walked here from downtown. That didn't take too long. My big question is, will Joe and I end up going to see 28 months later before it's gone? Or will we wait to see the Smurfs, which is in theaters in 10 days, you guys? I hate that the Smurfs movies are not hand animated. Is it just me? Ooh, I just kicked somebody's half full beer. Oh, I can smell beer. Not the good kind, though. Boylston Street. I always love when the streets are similarly named to streets that I grew up with in Boston. Let me do a battery check real quick, even though I really shouldn't need it. Looks like I'm good. Did I say 28 months later? I feel like I would have gone to see that. I would have been asleep in 5 minutes in the theater. I fall asleep in movie theaters as is. So I kind of need to see like a daytime movie, a matinee, maybe after a breakfast at IHOP or Denny's, whichever is closer. If I go to the movies at night, asleep. What? These guys are having an awesome day. Dining on the sidewalk. They're at. There we go. Marisco's.
Just starting.
Awesome. How often are you here?
They've been here for 2 years.
Every day? Maybe we'll come back. We go out to eat once a week at some place. We'll see ya.
Yeah.
Take care. Whoops.
Give it a little review.
We will. Thank you so much. They definitely look like they're having a great time on that sidewalk. We'd have to drive here. So my usual MO is when I hear somebody yelling, I think it's something such as "I'm gonna stab you" or "bloggers suck." I'm not really a blogger, and so I ignore it. But that felt like a good scream. I'm glad I turned around. I love food truck food also. We eat at a food truck pretty often. And another thing, I don't like cart food though. Not that I'm not gonna eat it. Wow, an upholstery shop? I feel like I'm in another time. I wonder if it's... That's me in the mirror. Wow, cool stuff. I have a really nice couple little shops. I wish I needed some furniture. Yet, well, it never was my first instinct. I think Joe taught me that, or maybe I learned it from another live streamer. My first instinct is to scream something nasty back to somebody, which is something I've been trying to get over, and I do mostly. My one really great saving grace, though, I have to say, is that I have really dark tinted windows. Blessing and a curse. Blessing, because sometimes I can't see out of them. Curse, that would be and hit people. The curse is that sometimes I can't see things out of them. And the blessing is that I can kind of flip people off and they don't see if they do something douchey. Kogi tacos. I love any tacos. We have been eating off the same sauce for a couple days. I made barbacoa beef on Friday and there was so much sauce left over. No, Thursday. Wow, Thursday. So much sauce left over that on Friday I just made some meatballs and cooked them in it. So browned them first and then threw them into the sauce and then pressure cooker 10 minutes. So good. And then we ate cold meatballs for breakfast. Sorry, that is a little gross. A movie ticket. I wonder how much it costs too. Like $25. The last movie I saw was like Sonic 3. So this is closed, but like these are some of those staircases that lead up into these hilly neighborhoods. It's probably like an original house right there. Again, this hasn't completely hit its gentrification, the edges of Echo Park. I like to call them the trots, but I know what you mean. Another store with a bunch of cool old stuff in it. I've only ever driven on this end. I've never. I love this as a real mini market. No. That's a pretty cool building. Whoa, I'm so sorry, Sidewalk Bike. This is a pretty cool little neighborhood up here, or place to live, I'm sorry. Still wouldn't want to carry my groceries. I wonder what this complex was all about. It's all kind of built together with a market, right?
Where it's like you can sort of survive.
There's another little staircase. I was going to look up, but there's gentlemen coming down. Very hilly neighborhood, Echo Park, leading up to the park. You don't see a lot of brick buildings in California for the obvious reasons. I do love a brick building or a brick house. All right, well, there is Vin Scully Way, so we could go right if we were going to a Dodgers game. It looks like people are just coming out of something. Let's hope the Dodgers won. You don't usually see that many people walking over here.
We got all these beats.
So those little houses that skirt up that hill, everything was kind of like that over here. Just really cool little chunks. I heard some weird story about how bad somebody was yesterday, a baseball player game. I don't really follow it very much. That looks like some 1930s depression-ass housing right there. half of me, I'm gonna just walk up this street so I'm not following these Dodgers fans. Oh my god, spinach pie. What is in spinach pie? We used to get this wrap bread. It's Armenian super thin bread, and it's like literally the size of my torso. And you would just layer it with spinach, feta, tomatoes, onions, like making a hot pocket or burrito, and then cook it. And it was like spanakopita. So delicious. I love spinach. I took a left turn to show you an area that I think actually has some of the best views of LA. It's up on this hill, Angelino Heights, where the Victorian houses are. So if we're not counting like the Hollywood Hills, I feel like this little neighborhood at the bottom of the hill that we're about to walk up has some of the almost like coolest, like almost a touchable view, if that makes any sense. How much would you want to hang out on that balcony? Just, oh, yeah, I think you mentioned the park. So not tons, but a lot of old Victorian houses around here. We're gonna keep going straight. I didn't put Victorian houses in my thing, but you know. I'm always up for a change, I hope you don't mind. We're still in Echo Park. Well, actually we're oh, sorry. It does up here because it's so old. If the signal cuts out, just give it a second. You could always let me know for sure, but I'm gonna just keep proceeding and then it'll pop back in. This is kind of I remember that from this area before, which is why I probably didn't put the Victorian houses in here. Cool, sorry. I'm always one to peep over a fence. I think we've walked up this street before. I'm gonna try to switch network. There. I just switched the network. I think maybe 5G hasn't made its way up here yet. I'm just really kind of like, these were probably the buildings that everybody hated at first. These 1930s buildings next to the beautiful old houses. I don't know where the Fast and Furious location is. So obviously there's a sign to the right of me, Kellam Ave. Well, they probably bought it in at the right time because these homes are pretty fantastical. I feel like most of my generation, people in their 30s and 40s, maybe not 30s, but 40s and 50s though, kind of missed out on the opportunity to pull up into some dilapidated neighborhood. Or I was always like 5 years behind that. The liquor store, the one with the giraffe neck. Oh, this is Angelino Heights. So if Bunker Hill was not torn down, there's a lot of, this is probably what it would look a little more like. And you will find out in the members only live stream when we travel through Bunker Hill. We're probably going to do it next Saturday because we need to do it on a day when Joe doesn't work. I think like when you were here, Cecilia, like this was probably not a very nice neighborhood. It's like above Echo Park, right on the edge of the city. Some of these houses, we'll walk down this street. This has got the famous houses on it. Some of these houses were dilapidated for a really long time. The house from Thriller music video is on this street. The house from the Charmed music video is on this street. Like 10 years ago, this house was even in worse shape than it is right there. Slowly. In addition to just that, the houses in Bunker Hill, even the civic buildings that were around then. I was LA noiring it up for in advance of the live stream, members live stream, and I was like, oh my God, I heard about this building. It's really funny playing that game, how much of it is accurate and how much just from these live streams you will recognize if you were transported back to the 1940s. Los Angeles, you could probably make your way out of it. So behind these, you can kind of see downtown LA peeking up. We're gonna cross the street. My favorite house is the tiny house right there behind this house, right? It's like a dollhouse version of one of these. Actually, this one, maybe nobody, the house that I just slowed up on, like maybe nobody has that house. This house looked entirely like the back part of it, like a couple years ago, maybe 10, the first time I was up here. And don't worry, if you're against driving cars, you can still come up here on your horse and hook it up. A couple horse posts. Almost looks like there's a widow's walk up there. Classic Jaguar XJ8L. Not a dependable car, but hey, Lady Sky. Ooh, I kind of love that. Looks like it's going to be a little Dutch colonial style house or Ewok village house. So one of my favorite views to get of LA is from here. It looks yes, it is where Charmed was. One of those houses. I can't remember which one. Thank you, I know. Hold on. So I don't know how much of that you missed because it was looked like it got down a little bit, but I think this is, once we get the right angle, is kind of, I love this view of Los Angeles. It looks much wider than it is. We'll see more of it when we cross the street. So my question is, do I want to walk down or just go right here? I think I'm going to go right here. Path of least resistance will be a little higher than the low road, but that is an old firehouse. It is no longer an operating firehouse. I'm not sure if it's a school or what it is, or what it was, or what it is now. But the building actually is in LA Noire. So behind those charming, giant, behemoth houses, there are these sweeter California, sweet, they're not sweeter. They just look less haunted, right? Really cute craftsmen. All vintage. Maybe not that one. We're gonna turn back and look at the city up ahead again. I remember the last time I walked down here from this side of the street, I saw a tunnel. I would love to move to this neighborhood too. I wouldn't have to take the train to start my downtown live streams. I guess getting to Hollywood would be a little trickier. So remember, it's fireworks season in Los Angeles. We're having some real yucky air quality. But ooh, the wind chimes. I thought it was like an alert. But you can see the mountains, the hills from here. Once we pass this little bunch of Wish you can see the skyline. You can see two hearts together. We are just above, like that is the 101 that is on the other side of that fence. This would be a walk. It would be lovely at sunset, actually. Let me know if I did go all the way back out. So Cecilia, yesterday you asked me about taking the train to that beach, and I said I didn't know, but technically you can. You can take the Metro Link versus the subway, and then there are local buses, or you could take an Uber, a ride share there, call a car. I think my brain is so, I'm not anti-rideshare at all, but it's just not part of the way I think. And so if I can't drive all the way there, or the bus doesn't take me, or train doesn't take me like relatively close, I just assume I need to drive, when actually I could just take an Uber the last mile. I could last mile myself. Just to make sure no one's doing anything weird that we're filming, but LA skyline is slipping away as we head back down towards Echo Park. All of this traffic, which is probably has to do with the Dodgers game. Mic check. Mic check. Let me know. How is that? How is that? Oh, it's a mic from the phone. All right, let's stop on this trash can. Convenient. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Hold, please. The microphone on the phone, I mean the RX. Okay. The RX sort of slipped, I guess. So I will let you know. I'm going to replug this guy in. I do have a solution for this microphone issue that I'm constantly having. I thought I'd solved it the other day. Let me know. Perfect. Thank you, Cecilia. I thought I solved it the other day. I ordered this cord from Amazon so I could mount the RX in a different spot. The RX is, I guess, the receiver. That meant drugs. But so I can mount that somewhere else. So it won't like bump into the holder, which is, I think, what causes it to cut the sound off sometimes. Anyway, it's just a theory. I haven't asked ChatGPT yet. So we are, we are at Echo Park, Echo Lake Park. I actually, for some reason, didn't think we were going to bump into this somehow. We're not there yet, but we're almost there. Looks like some shenanigans are going down. And hey, everybody, I can't read right now because it's really bright out, but I want to say I'm going to step into the shade so I can give a quick members thank you. And also, feel free to like and subscribe. If I'm not good at my call to action, my real downfall, but I would love you to subscribe and join the chat. Most people are waiting to get on the 101 freeway, which doesn't look like it's moving as slow as it could. Hey, Jay Walker. So let me go ahead and say some thank yous. I freshened that up this morning, hot off the press. I somehow was able to rework the chimera so it would show all the names. All right, you might wanna. Well, this is fun. There's always something crazy in Los Angeles. I don't think that I will be able to walk any further without crossing the street. I can't tell if there was a fire in the street or there's a water main broke, but that's a ton of water over there. Well, hello. So I'm gonna get hit by a car and cross the street. This is like impossible. Oof. It smells like rain. You know that wet pavement smell? Whoa! Holy shit. That is not the park fountain, by the way. Well, ooh, I hope the news asks me for my clip, right? Somebody make a clip of that. New fountain in Angelino Heights. That's actually Angelino Heights and Echo Park Lake right there. Imagine if your house is up there. I'd be like afraid of sliding off. I actually wouldn't mind running through it. I think the firemen should probably take their coats off though. It's really hot. Hopefully it's not toilet water. All right. There's probably this is not wise actually. Let's see. I'll have wet socks or I'll get hit by a car. Yeah. I should have stayed on the other side of the street. It's pretty out in the street, to be honest with you. I really don't want to step on anybody's car. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm doing a favor for the Tesla. They shouldn't drive through that puddle anyway. All right. I am running. So if it's jiggly, I'm sorry. Woo. My feet are dry. But that is pretty huge. So let's walk through the park so we can compare the two fountains. Also, let's walk back to this because what I wanted to say before is the entrance to this park. Oh my gosh, look. The lilies. I love when the lilies are in bloom. They're not fully there yet, but when this happens, it's just beautiful. It smells like a swamp. I try to keep it undull. I thought it was going to be really dull when we were walking up that street with all the condos on it and nothing else around. I was like, people are going to shut this off. You can see ugly condos in your town. Delicious smell of Los Angeles. So when you come up to the end of this park, you kind of also to see LA creep up on you. Okay, so for comparison, the sake of comparison, there is the unintentional fountain. And then the actual fountain. That really makes the actual fountain look a little impotent. All right, let's head back. I don't know what they saw, but it was cute. I do need a little jingle. I think if the pressure from the accidental fountain looked pretty harsh, it definitely looked like it would have, I don't know, hurt my nether world. But really, you know what? The summertime wonders of the hose. I kind of miss having a hose to run through in the summertime. Also, never taking the first rusty sip from the hose. I saw somebody, I can't remember what their name is, on YouTube doing political stuff, and this was their background, this Echo Lake Park and the weird round building up over here. It was probably a fire hydrant. That's true, because if it wasn't, like, the DWP would have shown up. I like to call it Echo Park Lake. It is called Echo Park Lake. I always thought I was saying it wrong. It's still going. I'm gonna just close up on it. Holy shit. Sorry, I guess it's really not a holy shit, right? It's not a fire. Ooh, palm trees. There we go. All right. Accidental fountain, just one more time because this is probably the best vantage point. Intentional fountain or weak stream. All right, I'm gonna zoom back in because it's making me feel how you. Sorry. Oh my gosh. It does look amazing. It's probably eating the ground out from underneath though. They're gonna be. I think one of the things that kind of like frighten me sinkholes, like being involved in a sinkhole. Like when you see someone just get swallowed up in a sinkhole, or like that's got to be the weirdest feeling of just like all of a sudden you're in your car and then the ground falls out from underneath you and you're in a pit. Well, it'd be the ground falling out from underneath your car, I guess. You're still in a pit. Oh wait, it's stupid. I have been chased by a goose. Wait, something is happening with the gimbal. You're right, I don't think it's the gimbal though. Hold on. Yeah, that was the software actually. It was kind of like limboing. It shouldn't be super shaky anymore. It was kind of, hey Mick, kind of going back and forth. It looked like it was trying to change size, probably because my screen's so dirty. Yeah, no, we can't blame the gimbal today. Today it was, da 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 da, it was the software. I've never been chased by a goose, but maybe a peacock. If I could live in this neighborhood, I would definitely want to live in. Oh, I almost just stepped on a goose. Like in one of those little houses that overlook. Yeah, this is tons of geese. Just like if you ever go to Arcadia, just know that the peacocks own Arcadia. If you hit a peacock in Arcadia, it is a $2,000 fine. Insane. We talk a lot about fisher people and the fish. I wonder how good the fish is in this pond. I see a lot of people fishing. There is an overpass with, I guess, a bunch of chickens in it. Sorry, they're feral chickens at this point. From like a chicken farm in the like 60s or 70s. It's like near the Cahuenga Pass area. But I've never seen the chickens. I just read about it and haven't fully explored it. I've got back another pretty fantastic view of the city. And now the two fountains. The fountain, the other one is still running. That's kind of beautiful. Kind of guiding you. So if you're following that route to try to get back try to get Echo Park from downtown LA, that was the most meandering path you can take. Although it was supposed to take me 2.5 hours, and it only took me 1 hour and 27 minutes. So I figured I would come over here and do some exercises. Woo, I thought that was going to be sand. Maybe for another stream. Maybe they escaped from rooster fighting. That's always a bummer when dog fights and rooster fights. That's the Four Square Church, right? Amy Semple McPherson. Just over the hill is Charlie Chaplin's house. We've walked by it before. It's not in the direction we're going to. Straight ahead, the Silver Lake Flea, which is really an Echo Park. It's still happening. I like that it's free. Shoot. I have no idea which one will get me to cross. Rice balls on fire. I really can't see the screen, but I saw people have them as pets. I'm not really sure what that was, but I'll go back and look. It's a weird intersection too, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's only 4 roads. Four. It's like a cross. But it's coming from the freeway. Oh, sorry. It's coming from the freeway going to another freeway. So it's usually kind of packed down here. Also, it's very sunny and my back is really sweating. Well, I love it. You can unpin the comment. I pinned it because I want to remember it and know what people have as pets later on. Cecilia's comments are pin-worthy. For sure. Well, I'm going to wait because you never trusted. Never trust a crosswalk. There, I unpinned it, although I like it. People in my neighborhood have chickens as pets. Or actually, there's a man who lives in my neighborhood who has a bunch of animals, but it's like they have like a farmhouse almost. You think I know how that happened? I thought I was just going back and reading things. And then I thought I saw delete this post and I don't want to delete anything. So then I just clicked something. I don't know what I did. I'm also very warm and sweaty. I think these people, though, they get the eggs from these chickens, too. I think people should be allowed to have chickens. For sure. Because seriously, eggs are expensive, and if you want to care for something and grow it yourself, why not? I think the chickens that live in our neighborhood at that guy's house have a pretty nice yard. Those chickens, his chickens have like a Martha Stewart chicken house. It's not really a Martha Stewart, but it's like a giant chicken house. Like with 2 floors and a jacuzzi. Vintage Underground, wow. That's a shop called Sleeper. I can smell the vintage coming up the stairs. I think he's got both. I'm just saying chickens and roosters. That's kind of like an avocado or a fig tree. I think you need to have a male and female tree to get avocados or figs. So that's a really fun, also interesting, hilly little neighborhood. We walk over here all the time. We are now at Alvarado and Sunset. We're heading into Silver Lake territory. Actually, we're in Silver Lake. Sorry if I didn't let you know. All right, I'm gonna check battery one more time. Wow, the battery's doing awesome. I love the bus. It says "We love Los Angeles." I'm not gonna cross because I'll have to run. That away is Glendale. I feel like this car wash was open until very recently, or maybe it's just closed right now. I've never gone to this car wash. I usually go to the ones where you wash it yourself, or there's one in at the end of Hollywood Boulevard that is kind of inexpensive. It is hella sunny. I could go for an orange Julius. I know Mondays are never great. I have to this week. No holds barred. The spring clean my kitchen. Like the drawers, they're just out of control. I probably have to throw away or hide some gadgets and like it needs to be organized. I haven't had a very organized kitchen for a month. Not dirty. Just need to put everything back in its proper place. Right? What was orange Julius even? Like a orange juice and milk? That seems like it would curdle. But it was good. I've never put milk in orange juice. Here's a firehouse. Oh, red, green arrow. I had to make a face of that guy. I don't think anybody got that warning. Dude, I'm gonna take all my paper route money, go to the arcade with my orange Julius. These are some cute stores. I kind of just sort of stopped before the window so I could get a better angle, and there was a person in there. They smiled. Oh, we used to eat at the Habit all the time. I love the Habit. So we do have that arcade that we have gone to, and they definitely have Space Invaders. It's an all play, pay one price, and I think maybe to play pool you have to pay a little more, but it's not my. I never play pool unless it's free, and there aren't really great pool players around because I'm good, but not great. With the Silver Lake Ramen Test Kitchen, that's where they try all their crazy ramen flavors, like Captain Crunch ramen, Cocoa Krispies ramen. I played Frogger almost exclusively on a console at home, like a Atari console. What's up there? Sorry. Creepy, creepy staircase. I'm sure it's haunted. There are plenty of fat little geese around there. I really don't like goose meat. It's just a little gamey for me. Well, you know, Ms. Pac-Man was my game if I had to have one. But that was definitely an arcade game. The last time we went to the arcade, we didn't even play Ms. Pac-Man. Speaking of roosters, that's the famous Silver Lake rooster. You can sometimes see them wandering the streets, Sunset Boulevard, in the early morning hours. If you see them, chances are you're going to have a lucky day, unless you hit them. I don't. So I think I have gotten yacked at or quacked at, yacked. I have gotten screamed at by a goose, like the last time or maybe the time before I was there, because I probably went near where its eggs were or its babies were. It was a little like March or April. Hello, Dale. Welcome. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Honked at. Oh, a duck quacks. That cat looks sassy. All right. I'm just checking my power. 28, 25, 3 bars. I'm going to plug in just because I'm paranoid, but I think we're good to go. I am going to... This is kind of where the walk ended, but I'm going to just keep going because... What the hell? I got to get home anyway. Circus of Books no longer exists. It is now a marijuana shop. They've closed all the Peeps booths. They packed up all the books. It's kind of sad because I feel like not for the pornographic aspect of it, but just the fact that those, gay bookstores were places where gay people used to meet when they read books. I discovered a lot. Forgot what the name of the gay bookstore was in Boston, but I got really good books there and discovered gay literature. Never want to. You want to stream at the marijuana shop? I don't think you can take pictures in the marijuana shop. Right? Elio's is right there. By the time I get home with that pizza, Joe, you're not going to want it. I think the thing about the bookstores and being able to see all kinds of people do all kinds of things and know that gay people exist and trans people exist and black people can be superheroes and Chinese people can be superheroes. Like, representation is really important, and I really have never thought about this as much as I have thought about it recently. It's important to be able to see yourself reflected and know you're not weird or alone. I don't know. Anyway, enough of that for today. Yeah, no, Elio's. First of all, I'm going to shove it in my backpack. Second of all, it's the cheese and the crust and the sauce are all going to be down at the bottom. You're not going to want it. It's more going to be more like a calzone or a burrito that fell apart. We could have gone up that hill. Clive Barker is a master. I really cannot remember the name of the gay bookstore in Boston. It was across from Copley, across from the Prudential Center, second floor. A burrito. I think burrito is not a great walking food. I think it's like the sit down at the end of the day food. I don't usually eat a burrito for lunch. It's pretty heavy. I think tacos are more appropriate for this time of day. The last thing on earth I want ever is a mushroom pizza. There's nothing worse for me than accidentally getting a mushroom pizza. Like, I'll eat it, I just have to pick all the mushrooms out, and then I miss some of them. Mushrooms like slide under the cheese. I'm not a mushroom lover. It does. We always lead to food. And we all provide something different. Cecilia will take us on a healthy edge. This is also a bitch to cross, but I'm gonna wait for the second car to do it. And then cross in front of this one, or behind this one. All right, there we go. BD reminds us about things like we really want to go to Long John Silver's. Whew. I don't know what that said, but there's one shortcut street up there that just like goes all the way from back there to Hollywood, or like way East Hollywood, and it's a shit show to drive. Some abandoned old apartment buildings. I'm sure there'll be really groovy high-rise there in no time at all. That's a huge chunk of property in this high real estate Calamus bookstore. Is that? Because on Beacon Street. And it didn't, I don't know that it had X-rated material. It just had literature. It might have, and I just never went beyond or went into that room, which is surprising for me. I mean, but I mean, at that age, it's surprising that I wouldn't have discovered that. I don't mean, wow, sorry. Anyway, wow, look at this is care for your kids, and we care for your kids in Silver Lake. Wow, just changing the subject. The non-test kitchen for Silver Lake Ramen. We did stream at Elio's. I'll definitely go there again. I actually would love to go back to that taco truck, Morisco's, and grab some tacos. Is Morisco mostly seafood, though? Or maybe I'm confusing it with there's a Morisco's up here, and they're a seafood restaurant. I used to have this car, I feel like 100 years ago. Hey, Enzo. Glad Day. That is what it was called. I don't. But, so maybe I won't go back to that place. Joe would like seafood. That was exactly at Glad Day. Wow. What books did I get there? This is a pretty cute little strip right here. If we would have walked up the hill, we could have. I think I got the swimming pool library there. And probably some Truman Capote book. I really loved reading Truman Capote book because short stories. Really well written. Sure, he was an asshole that sold all his friends out. I feel like sometimes, like the Venice Beach chat, I don't know if I've actually gotten into it. It feels like slightly like a little, and I'm not insulting it, I'm just saying it feels, they're never saying anything that piques my interest or I want to join in on. It might just not be for me. But I do love watching the camera. I also sometimes I watched somebody last night who was, I can't remember what they were called. Actually, I can remember what they were called. Let's not talk about it. I felt like they were showing something very important happening, but in a way that kind of felt exploitative, which I really don't like. I go. Anyway, I think this would be ideal to walk down in the evening. Actually, we have done it. We've walked down this in the evening. It's really nice in the evening when the sun's setting, especially walking towards downtown. But remember the stair walk that we did? I think the stairs are coming up here. We might have already passed them. We were walking oh, missing cat, the sweet cat. We did walk this way in the evening, in the cool of the evening.
I can't hear you what?
Oh my God, the Dead Sea Scrolls are at the Reagan Library. The Reagan Library. Never been to the Reagan Library. How can they be the real Dead Sea Scrolls? Hey, Ruben. Sorry, I catch on a little late. I'm just thinking about the Dead Sea Scrolls at the Reagan Library. Took me away. Is that a dog coffee shop? Or I had that dog coffee. Oh, the staircase is coming right up. I think these people are standing in front of it. I'm not walking up that staircase today. And actually, when we get to it, somebody's going to be running down it with no clothes on. It usually happens. Or worse, but ta-da-da! Remember that? The colorful staircase. Yeah, it's the picture I have for my thumbnail is like closer and enhanced. I usually try to brighten everything. And sometimes I collage stuff together, like for today. Obviously, all those things aren't so near each other. I just never want the thumbnail to look better or fake. Unless I mean for it to look fake and vintage, like a vintage postcard. I don't know that that was dog coffee, but they had a lot of paw prints and dog paws. Maybe they sold dog cookies. I can't believe people take their dog to Starbucks for a puppuccino. That's kind of weird. I don't even know what a puppuccino is. Is it just milk? Steamed milk? Can dogs drink? I almost said human milk. Can dogs drink cow's milk? I like filming at night. I don't always love the way it comes out, but I do like walking around at night. The thing is, I'm always really excited to do this. So to have to wait till 7 o'clock kills me. Like even going on at 3:30 today, before, like I was ready to go at 11 or 11:30, and then Joe and I kind of went back and forth. Should we go here? Should we go there? I was gonna do the walk that we just walked. We thought maybe we should go to the Glendale Galleria and the Brand at Americana. Do a little donut friend. Do a little shopping and live streaming. But Joe has a lot of stuff to take care of. I usually come on the late afternoon. It is 5:12 right now, but usually we start closer to between 12 and 2. All right. I'm really so tired of I've like literally been behind this guy now for almost this whole thing, and he crossed the street like 20 minutes ago and just came back over and outpaced me to walk in front of me again. I mean, not purposefully, but we need different people in front of us. Otherwise, it's just like I'm a following him. You know, it's it's not a fun drive, to be honest with you. I really hate taking all those freeways. But beaches are really clean. I'm definitely more of a Venice person. Not even Santa Monica, just Venice. I really love Venice, not the beach. The beach, my favorite beach is again Dead End Beach. It's totally like hidden. But I love the scene in Venice. I love all the eclectic mix of people, the art, the graffiti. It's a real vibe. Orange County is almost like it's clean, it's neat, it's beautiful, but almost like you know, a Disney-fied version. And I don't mean that pejorative. It was certainly lovely. I've been there a bunch. I'm a little less politically inclined for Orange County, but hey there, just like here, all kinds of different people. Whoa, look at this Jaguar. I love it. I almost want to go up to it and take a picture of it in the window, because I bet it has switches, but oh my god, only in Silver Lake do you hear people talking about Portlandia on the street. All right, keep your eyes peeled. Yes. Only in LA will somebody pull out at a red light and take a left turn. You missed it. I think I like Huntington Beach. We talk about it all the time. So it predates Stonewall riot. There's a nice plaque over there. Training take. Right. Woo, all right, sunset. We are on Santa Monica. And turn off here. We're going to walk by such things as Erewhon. So you can kind of see the hills, right? Hollywood sign is over there. Griffith Park is over there. It's pretty hazy. This is from the fireworks. We were walking the dogs at 2 today, and somebody was blasting fireworks, the kind that blow into the air and then like show color, and it doesn't make sense in the daytime because you can't see it. I think like there should be a, I'm not anti-firework, and I think every kid, it's fun to light fireworks, you know, safely. Oh, I sound so old, like a fuddy-duddy. But I do think you should only be able to do it between like 6 and 8. This way people can walk their dogs and know that it's safe. So, Griffith Observatory. I don't know what this guy is doing. Making his own road. And Erewhon, we don't need to go on that side of the street, even though it is shadier. Oof. Car smells like it's leaking gas, actually. Oh, these people are filling their car with gas. I could smell this gas from wherever I just said it smelled like gas. I've had a couple of Mercedes with non-working gas needles. I got really good at just odometering it. Wait, I like Huntington Beach. Joe didn't so much. Just let me make that clear. I'm missing part of the conversation, but I just hope he didn't try to flip that one on me. He liked IHOP. I don't know what you're honking. So welcome to Santa Monica Boulevard, Route 66. I'm just walking back towards East Hollywood and I'm gonna go home. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I think I'm gonna stay on for about 20 more minutes. But then I'm gonna go because I'm gonna maybe run into the 7-Eleven and get something cold to drink. And then I think Joe and I probably should start thinking about making dinner tonight. It should be something healthy, but we'll see. Again, so 3 times the charm. I just really want to thank my members so much for your support. helping me make this possible. So real shout out to y'all. Pretty doggy. And everyone can read that, it's so giant. So for this week's live streams, I try to get them up as quickly as possible or as soon as possible. Sometimes it's an hour before, sometimes it's a day before. I will be live streaming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday. I might pop onto a live stream on Monday, just a real short one. I have some errands to do. And then Tuesday there will be a members video. And then we're gonna do a live stream for members. Again, we're gonna go downtown in the 1940s next Saturday, I think. So I'll be live streaming, but just from house. And then I might add one in here or there because I really miss it when I don't do it for 2 days. And again, I don't think they have a nice sneaker emoji. Not one that looks like my sneakers. It's really insane because I can't believe I just walked from downtown almost to my house. I think Joe and I have only done that one other time. I think we also took maybe an Uber part of the way. Oh, this place, Chicken and Rice, right over here, right next to the Route 66 sign. So good. We get that all the time. It's like little fried chicken bits, so it's healthy. So because they're little on this like bowl with some grains and this sauce and sriracha. So good. In fact, I would love that for dinner tonight. There's one a little closer to where we live also. Oh, there's the Waymos a little further over now. Before they would not come all the way to our neighborhood. Hey, Kent. And now they do. I'm gonna make lentil curry this week and I will let you know how it comes out. Maybe I will make that tomorrow. Let me know if you have any recipes. You can put it in the comments. I think somebody's having band practice. Sounds like... Oh, it's actually a church. I thought it sounds like a combination of Let It Be and Neil Young. No, hot dogs are terrible. I ate a hot dog 2 weeks ago after talking about them. I think the best thing we can do for ourselves is stay away from processed food as much as I like it. But there's something about a steamed hot dog, steamed bun, with just ketchup. Makes me cough just thinking about it. Look, it's our favorite, the lights of LA. Let's take a look at this. Take that, LACMA. I can't even see my screen, so I hope you guys are not missing out on anything. I feel like, I wonder, like, a vegan hot dog has got to not be good for you. Kind of like the way those, whatever they're called, those meat burgers, not meat burgers. The Boca burger is the worst, but the ones that are actually supposed to be like real meat, I can't remember what that's called. It's really salty and bad for you. You should In this case, I'm reading your recipe. Oh, we'd love Chicago. I don't know about in the summertime though. I've been to Chicago a lot. I used to go to Chicago a lot for work, and the only time I never went was in the summertime, but every other time it snowed. October, it snowed. I mean, not a snowstorm, but like snowed. I love Chicago. The garden burgers are also kind of gross too. And my problem with those is I've eaten them so many times, I always end up like they stick to a frying pan. And sometimes the middle doesn't cook. Like I guess I've never tried to air fry cook them, but maybe if it wasn't called a burger, it's called a veggie patty. Maybe some people call it a veggie patty. But what are those other ones that everybody has? The one that looks like real meat. I bought them a million times in the past. Maybe not for like 5 or 6 years. Also, there were like some Dr. Praetker's. This was from maybe it was Dr. Praetker's black bean patties. Those were kind of good, but you need to use a ton of oil to make them not stick to the pan. Beyond Meat, yes. Not Beyond Salt. Beyond Meat and Health. They're really just bad for you. The salt bomb. If they could come up with a way to make that and it wasn't bad for you, okay, but don't just make something fake to have something fake. So usually on Sundays, this street is jam-packed with, it's like a 4-block yard sale. Like just vibrant and amazing, music, street food. There's, a couple people now, but it's usually like just wall to wall, completely empty. In fact, there's a parking lot down the street, the LACC parking lot, that they rent out every Sunday and Saturday for a flea market. It's not been open for a couple weeks. I mean, people make their living selling there, but people are afraid right now in Los Angeles. Whew. All right. Anyway, I think I'm gonna sign off here at the train station. I watched something last night on like three chefs talk about like the best mixed chocolate chip cookies. I could have watched like 10 episodes of something like that. The Trader Joe's cookie mix was the best, by the way, which I found surprising. I'm going to sign off here, but thank you guys so much for joining today. I think that was a really interesting walk for me. I hope it was interesting for you. Again, I'll be back on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday I'll probably be a little earlier, like, you know, the normal 1Z, 2Z, 12Z time. I'll try to post up the day before members video on Tuesday. And I'm going to solidify the live stream for Saturday. It'll be a live stream kind of video game thing, right? So let me know if you want to do it in the daytime or the morning or the nighttime. I'll put a post up for members. Anyway, have an awesome Sunday, whatever you're doing. Make sure you get some rest because it's Monday tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for, right, take it away, BD. Thank you guys so much for walking with us. Take care. Hope to see you soon. Happy Sunday. Bye.